All right, everybody, it's Dustin here, the Pro Picker, back at the Valley Thrift Store today for a 50% off day. You can see the line's pretty long. They actually had the other entrance opened today for them to line up over there as well. So there's a lot of people waiting to get in here. It was 50% off everything in the store for Veterans Day. They did it a little bit differently. They had the carts inside instead of outside today, and you lined up and went in, and then you got your cart. So right off the rip, I had seen this Home Medics thing when I was coming in. And so Home Medics and Viruscapes can be pretty valuable, and it's definitely a bolo. However, this one, this like Garden Tears or whatever, T-I-E-R-S, is not worth that much, unfortunately. So while it's going in my cart, I do give it a quick look up, and I don't drag it around the store the entire time like I normally would have. Flowing Tears, I think, is what it is. Regardless, it goes back. So then next, I do see this JVC camcorder. It's like one of those mini disc ones or something, and definitely pick this up. So it's $9. That's after the half off. They were asking like $18.99. So what would that be? $9.50 plus tax. So basically $10 in it. Not bad. I think we'll do okay on it. I think we'll get somewhere in the $70 to $90 range on it. Mine has that Ambico case. Doesn't have the remote, but it has the charger. So there, you know, give and take on it there. So I think we'll end up in that range somewhere. So I think that's probably one of the better finds of the day, actually. Moving on. So this is a Samsung 3D Blu-ray like home theater system. However, eventually I figure out that the remote's the wrong remote. So I do end up putting it back. It's $25 and it comps out at something like 100 shipped. So really not enough room there. And I couldn't even open it up to test that the disk drive itself worked. This Easton Bat here, it's the CU31. And that's just a similar I'm throwing on the screen. I think I'll get $30 to $35 shipped for it. And this lightsaber is only $1. I think I'll get around the $25 shipped for it range. Especially if it works. It's one of those that actually makes noise and everything. So we'll have to open up the battery compartment and find out. But still, for $1, you really can't argue. Can't go wrong for $1. So speaking of $1, this is $1 before the 50% off. So this Mason ashtray here is actually only going to be 50 cents. So I do pick that up. We have a pretty large Mason or Masonic temple here in the Dayton area. That's a similar on the screen there, $25 free shipping, not the exact same one. They had $7 on this quick set, so we will be paying $3.50 today. And I think we're looking at around $20 shipped on it compared to all the other comps I looked at, which isn't terrible for $3.50 or whatnot. Not amazing. This is Castle Neuschwanstein. I am not actually buying that picture, but I've been there and it's pretty awesome, honestly. And there's a castle that came before it called Hohenschwangau, and it's pretty neat too. They're actually like right next to each other. Hohenschwangau wasn't enough for them, so they had to build Neuschwanstein and bankrupt their area. And then, so I do pick up that quick shot. It's not worth a ton, but it's super cheap. I do grab for 50 cents the Phonics and Rhymes. There was a comp for the grade 3. I think it fell off, meaning it's been over 90 days now. For around the same price as that grade 1 that I put up on the screen. For 50 cents, there's not much risk in it, especially when it's a media mail ship. This one's by the same person, but not the same company, I don't think. I'm confused. But it was missing a tape. And it looked like you really needed to have the series. So I do end up not getting those, but getting the initial one that I showed you in the beginning. So that's an LL Bean teddy bear. We have it listed up for $35 right now. We picked it up for $2.50. Burnout's an awesome game. Not worth a ton, but unfortunately it was this Tiger Woods 2005 in there. Then I find a Google Home Mini. It's one of the older generation, but it is brand new and packaged there. We're going to spend like $3.50 on it. It should be a really fast $22 free shipping. and it'll ship first class. So we're going to make some money on it, and it'll be real quick. So I found this WCW or WWE versus Raw 2007. It's scuffed up a bit. It probably will need a refurb. At $2, I do decide to grab it. But then I decide to dig a little bit deeper, and it seems, I feel like somebody may have hid these games behind here to buy them on half off day. I'm not sure. Or they happened over on the bottom shelf somehow, outside of the media area. And they're all $2 a piece, so I'm throwing some comps up on the screen for you guys. Hopefully they work. If they don't, I mean, I'm gonna have to get them refurbed. I'm buying a surfacing machine pretty soon, actually. I don't know if I'll be popping on that before the end of Q4. I might be waiting until the beginning of next year to pick it up. And just kind of reinvigorate my store with a bunch of refurb video game listings, because I'm not gonna lie, my refurb pile is pretty large. All the WCW, or I keep saying WCW today, all the WWE's there, and a Spider-Man game. So the Spider-Man game's not worth a ton. I think it's worth about 14, 15 bucks shipped. However, it's always a quick seller when I have it. As promised, I do put back that Samsung 3D Blu-ray home theater deal. Even for 25 bucks out the door is just a little bit too much for the condition and everything. I saw this Apple TV, and I almost did purchase this. It took looking at it again to realize that it was the old Apple TV somebody put into that box when they upgraded. So I would have actually paid about maybe $10, $15 more than it was actually worth shipped on eBay had I bought that on accident. Thankfully, I double checked. It would have been a killer deal.
Total is $41.84.
So I had some time, and I decided to go to the Goodwill that's down the road from Valley. It's one that I've been to a few times on this channel, but it's not part of my normal route. And I initially found a couple things that I put back. They're in the front of the cart there. They're both priced at like $12.99, and I just don't think there's going to be enough room for me to justify spending that. So I decided to go over to the appliance section here, and there is a not brand new, but a new wave oven here. It is the Pro. I think we'll get somewhere in the $90 ballpark if we were to sell it outright. I think I'm going to part it out, actually. And here we have the 6-second abs program. Unfortunately, it's not brand new inside, even though the box was in good shape. But they do have $4.99 marked on it, which is not a bad deal. That's one I might just say ships in original packaging and slap the label on. So that's a New Wave Brio, and I finally found what the price was. I don't remember what it was, but it convinced me to put it back. You have to get the New Wave Brios pretty cheap, guys, because they only go for about $50 shipped. I recently just sold one, and you know, you have to pack it, ship it UPS usually, so we ship UPS every day, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you do have to go out of your way for it, it can be a little bit annoying. I did ask before I went digging in the shoes. So this pair, I don't have the comp right in front of me. However, we're looking probably around the $35 to $40 shipped mark. However, this pair is more like $60, so that's pretty awesome. Both pairs of shoes are $4.99 each, so not too bad at all. I do grab both pairs of Nikes here. I'm pretty happy with finding these because I noticed that there were 3 used listings and 3 sold listings, so that's a pretty healthy sell-through when it comes to shoes, at least from what I've historically seen. I did look at this pair. I didn't think those were anything. Feel free to let me know in the comments if they're worth $600. But anyhow, I do go ahead and check out here. And yeah, that new wave was only $12.99, which is definitely in my buying window. I usually will pay somewhere between $10 and $20 depending on condition, what racks and parts it comes with. And I ended up spending about 30 bucks here, so not too shabby. I'm going to go ahead and head on over to just a little bit of an estate sale footage. I'm not going to show the whole thing there because really there was only 1 or 2 things I ended up picking up. They initially wanted like $400 for all this Cleveland Brown stuff, but then they decided to start piecing it out. But they wanted like $15 for the sweatshirts and $20 for the jersey, and just numbers that unfortunately is a flipper I couldn't pay. The next day I went back a little bit late and they had dropped price. I do grab this quilt here, so we're at $5 on it according to the box. It did have just a little mark, but overall I thought it was in pretty good shape. Oh, what did we have on the hat?
$5.
And then this was $5?
Yep.
All right. Are you doing any more days than just today or anything?
Possibly tomorrow morning, depending on. So we might just run tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And then we'll discount everything. It's still for sale.
Gotcha.
We're gonna grab it.
I might swing back by to see about some more of the brown stuff.
That's just possible part, but you know something?
Thank you.
We're gonna get the next table for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, everyone. So I think that's some pretty good sourcing there. We found some pretty awesome stuff at the thrifts. As far as it goes when it comes to that estate sale, I'm not going to include that stuff in the final numbers yet because that hat had signatures on it. All of the sold comps are for like the Logo Athletics 90s. And I think that hat's actually Reebok. It is shark tooth design. It does have signatures on it. I'm not sure what I'm going to sell it for. So, I'm just not going to include the estate sale when it comes to the total and the numbers here, just for that reason. I don't want to mislead anyone unintentionally, but still don't want to do that. I have had some pretty decent hat sales this year overall, so I'm pretty excited about the shark tooth. Hopefully it's worth something. There's no actual comps for that specific one, the one without the Browns helmet on it, but just says Browns, the actual word on it. That's the Logo Athletic one, has some pretty high sold comps. I don't know what kind of value those signatures will add, if anything. But with that, let's go ahead and get into the numbers here. I've totally don't have a notebook right here or anything. The total list price of everything, this is everything from Valley Thrift and that Goodwill from this video, will be $624.77. And we were able to keep our cost of goods low today, which is always very nice, especially with that half off day at Valley. So the cost of goods sold total was $71.90, and that's with tax and everything, sales tax. Shipping was my shipping estimate is $125, and the estimated fees will be $82. So we're looking at a total net return, pre-tax net return of $345.87, which I don't think is a very bad morning. I mean, honestly, there's more work, as I like to mention, that goes into it than that. Of course, we have to clean, test, take photos, inventory and organize, list the item. Then we have to answer customer service requests. Then we have to fulfill the order, pack the item, ship it, get it to UPS, USPS. So there is more work to it than that. But I think overall it was a pretty productive morning there on Thursday and a pretty decent way of spending my Veterans Day. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. I appreciate everybody coming out and watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, give me a comment down below. And check me out on Instagram and TikTok. It's at ProPicker Ohio. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.